When you are grocery shopping on a fixed income, every dollar counts. Most people fill their cart with whatever looks good that week or whatever is on sale. But households that have been managing tight grocery budgets for decades tend to buy differently. They prioritize specific items that give them the most flexibility, the most nutrition, and the longest shelf life per dollar spent. This video walks through 12 grocery items that budget-conscious seniors tend to buy first before anything else goes in the cart. Not because these are the only things worth buying, but because these 12 items form a foundation that makes everything else possible. Skip them and you end up spending more money on convenience foods or running back to the store midweek because you cannot make a meal with what you have. Every claim in this video is backed by USDA nutrition data or food science research. No guessing, no panic. Just practical shopping guidance that has worked for generations of households, stretching a grocery dollar. One item on this list costs about $1 per pound and delivers 15 grams of protein per serving. Another stays shelf-stable for over a decade when stored properly. These are not exotic specialty foods. These are pantry staples that most grocery stores stock, but most shoppers walk right past them without realizing what they are missing. Let's begin. Number 12, dried beans. Black beans, kidney beans, pinto beans, navy beans. Whatever variety your store carries in the dried goods aisle. The USDA Food Data Central documents that 1 cup of cooked beans delivers about 15 grams of protein. That is close to what you get from 3 ounces of chicken. But dried beans cost about $1 to $2 per pound, while chicken runs $4 to $6 per pound. Here is why dried beans belong at the top of your shopping list. They are one of the most versatile protein sources you can buy. You can make soup, you can make chili, you can mash them into dip, you can toss them into salads, you can season them as a side dish, you can blend them into veggie burgers. 1 bag of dried beans becomes the base for a week of different meals. The shelf life is the other reason these matter. The USDA Food Safety and Inspection Service data shows that dried beans, when stored in a cool, dry place, stay good for 10 years or longer. You are not racing the clock with dried beans. Buy them when they are on sale. Buy several bags. They will be there when you need them. The preparation is not complicated. Rinse them. Soak them overnight if you have time, or use the quick soak method if you do not. Simmer them for an hour or two until tender. That is it. You can cook a big pot on Sunday and eat from it all week. Or freeze portions for later. For households watching every dollar, dried beans give you high-quality plant protein, fiber, iron, and magnesium for about 20 to 30 cents per serving. That math does not exist anywhere else in the grocery store. Number 11, canned tomatoes. Whole canned tomatoes, crushed tomatoes, diced tomatoes, any form. The USDA confirms that tomatoes are a good source of vitamin C and lycopene, an antioxidant that holds up well through the canning process. But the real reason canned tomatoes earn a spot on this list is because they are the base for dozens of meals. Pasta sauce, chili, soup, stew, curry, shakshuka, rice dishes, casseroles. You can open a can of tomatoes, add some onion and garlic and whatever protein you have on hand, and you have dinner. One 28-ounce can of tomatoes typically costs $1 to $2 and serves 4 to 6 people depending on what else you add. Canned tomatoes also solve a practical problem. Fresh tomatoes are only good for a few days. You buy them, and if you do not use them fast enough, they turn soft and you throw them out. Canned tomatoes sit in your pantry for 2 to 5 years. You are not throwing money away because something went bad before you got to it. The other thing about canned tomatoes is that they make cheap ingredients taste better. Plain rice or pasta is not much of a meal on its own. Add tomatoes, some seasoning, maybe some beans or canned fish, and now you have something that tastes like food instead of filler. For budget-conscious households, canned tomatoes are one of those items that multiplies the value of everything else you buy. They turn simple staples into actual meals. Number 10, oats. Rolled oats or steel-cut oats, either works. The USDA documents that oats provide soluble fiber, B vitamins, and a decent amount of protein for a grain. But oats make this list for a different reason. They are cheap, they are shelf-stable, and they are not just for breakfast. A large container of oats typically costs $3 to $5 and contains enough servings to last a household several weeks. That works out to 10 to 15 cents per serving. Compare that to boxed cereal at 50 cents to $1 per serving, and you start to see why oats belong near the top of a budget-conscious shopping list. Yes, you can make oatmeal, but you can also use oats in baking. You can blend them into smoothies. You can make granola. You can use them as a binder in meatloaf or veggie burgers. You can grind them into flour for pancakes or muffins. 1 container of oats gives you options. The shelf life is solid. Oats stored in a sealed container stay good for up to 2 years. Not as long as dried beans, but long enough that you do not have to worry about them going bad before you use them. For older adults managing a grocery budget, oats check all the boxes. Inexpensive, nutritious, Versatile, long shelf life. That is what makes them a priority purchase. Number 9. Canned fish. Sardines, mackerel, salmon with bones. The USDA Food Data Central shows that canned fish delivers 18 to 20 grams of complete protein per can, plus omega-3 fatty acids. And when you buy fish canned with the bones, like sardines or salmon, you also get calcium. The bones soften during the canning process and become completely edible. Canned fish typically costs $2 to $3 per can. That is cheaper than fresh fish, and unlike fresh fish, canned fish sits in your pantry for years. You are not rushing to use it before it spoils. Here is why canned fish matters for budget-conscious households. It gives you a high-quality protein source that requires zero cooking. Open the can, drain it if you want. Eat it straight or mix it into a salad, or mash it with a little mayo and lemon for a quick sandwich filling. You have a meal in 2 minutes. Canned fish also travels well. You can keep a few cans in your pantry and a few cans in your car or your bag. If you are out and you need to eat, you have protein that does not need refrigeration. Not everyone loves the taste of sardines or mackerel, and that is fine. Canned salmon is milder. Canned tuna works too, though it typically has less omega-3s than the oilier fish. The point is that canned fish gives you complete protein, healthy fats, and convenience for about $2 to $3 per meal. That value proposition is hard to beat. Number 8. Peanut butter. The USDA Food Data Central shows that 2 tablespoons of peanut butter contain about 7 to 8 grams of protein, plus healthy fats and a decent amount of calories. For older adults who sometimes struggle to maintain weight or appetite, peanut butter is calorie-dense in a good way. A small amount gives you energy. A large jar of peanut butter typically costs $4 to $6 and lasts several weeks for a household. That works out to about 15 to 20 cents per serving. Compared to other protein sources, that is cheap. But peanut butter makes this list for reasons beyond cost. It is shelf-stable for 6 to 9 months after opening. It does not require refrigeration before you open it. It does not require cooking. It is one of those foods that is always ready when you need it. You can spread it on toast, you can stir it into oatmeal, you can eat it with a spoon. You can use it in sauces for stir-fries or noodles. You can bake with it. You can make energy balls by mixing it with oats and honey. 1 jar of peanut butter gives you a lot of options. For households on a tight budget, peanut butter is one of those items that fills gaps. You did not plan dinner well? Peanut butter on toast is a meal. You need a snack that will hold you until the next meal? Peanut butter and an apple. It is not fancy, but it works. Number 7. Brown rice. The USDA documents that brown rice provides more fiber and B vitamins than white rice because the bran layer is still intact. Brown rice also has a lower glycemic index, which means it does not spike blood sugar as sharply. For older adults managing blood sugar, that matters. Brown rice typically costs $2 to $4 for a large bag, and 1 bag contains enough servings to last a household several weeks. The cost per serving works out to about 10 to 15 cents. That is cheap fuel. The shelf life for brown rice is shorter than white rice because the oils in the bran can go rancid. Brown rice stays good for about 6 to 12 months when stored in a cool, dry place. If you want to extend that, you can store it in the fridge or freezer. But 6 months is still plenty of time to use it up. Here is why brown rice earns a spot on this list. It is a neutral base that pairs with everything. You can serve it with beans, you can serve it with stir-fried vegetables, you can mix it with canned fish or chicken. You can season it with onions and garlic and tomatoes and turn it into a one-pot meal. Brown rice absorbs flavor and stretches whatever protein or vegetables you add to it. For budget-conscious households, brown rice is one of those foundational items that makes it possible to turn small amounts of expensive ingredients into full meals. Number 6. Onions and garlic. You might not think of onions and garlic as priority grocery items, but here is the reality. Almost every meal worth eating starts with onions and garlic. Soup, stew, stir-fry, pasta sauce, beans, rice dishes, roasted vegetables. If you skip the onions and garlic, you are eating bland food. And if you are eating bland food on a budget, you are not going to stick to budget-friendly meals. You are going to get frustrated and buy convenience food because at least it tastes like something. Onions and garlic are cheap. A few pounds of onions cost $2 to $3. A few heads of garlic cost about the same, and both last for weeks or even months if stored properly. You are not racing the clock with onions and garlic. Beyond flavor, garlic contains allicin, a compound with documented antimicrobial properties. Research has shown that allicin can help fight infections and support immune function. Onions contain similar compounds. You are not just making food taste better, you are adding ingredients with actual health benefits. For households on a fixed income, onions and garlic are the difference between eating the same boring meals over and over and actually enjoying what you cook. They turn cheap staples into food you want to eat. Number 5. Eggs. The USDA Food Data Central confirms that one large egg contains 6 grams of complete protein. But eggs also contain leucine, an amino acid that research from the USDA Agricultural Research Service has shown is critical for muscle maintenance in older adults. Leucine is the signal that tells your muscles to build and repair, and eggs are one of the best dietary sources. Eggs typically cost $3 to $5 per dozen, depending on where you shop and what grade you buy. That works out to about 25 to 40 cents per egg. For complete protein with all the essential amino acids, that is a bargain. Eggs are also one of the most versatile foods you can buy. Scrambled, fried, boiled, poached, baked into frittatas, mixed into fried rice, whisked into soups, used in baking. 1 carton of eggs gives you breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. The other reason eggs matter for older adults is convenience. If you do not feel like cooking something complicated, you can crack 2 eggs into a pan and have a meal in 5 minutes. Eggs do not require planning ahead. They do not require soaking or long cook times. They are always ready. For budget-conscious households, eggs are one of those items that fill in the gaps when you do not have time, energy, or money to cook something elaborate. They are reliable. They are affordable. They deliver quality nutrition. If any of this is useful to you, a quick like helps me get this kind of careful research in front of more households. No pressure, just appreciate you watching. Let's keep going. Number 4, olive oil. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition has documented that olive oil consumption as part of Mediterranean dietary patterns is associated with better health outcomes in older adults. Olive oil is not just fat. It is a source of monounsaturated fats and polyphenols that reduce inflammation in the body. And chronic inflammation is one of the drivers of age-related health decline. Olive oil is more expensive than vegetable oil. A decent bottle typically costs $10 to $15, but that bottle lasts several weeks for most households, and the health benefits make it worth prioritizing. Here is why olive oil belongs on this list. It makes cheap food taste good. Drizzle olive oil on vegetables before roasting them, and suddenly plain vegetables become something you actually want to eat. Use olive oil in a simple pasta dish with garlic and tomatoes, and you have a meal that feels satisfying instead of like you are just eating to survive. Olive oil also keeps you from needing to buy a dozen different fats and oils. You can sauté with it. You can roast with it. You can use it in salad dressings. You can dip bread in it. 1 bottle of olive oil covers most of your cooking needs. For budget-conscious households, olive oil is an investment. It costs more upfront, but it improves the taste and nutrition of everything you cook. That makes it easier to stick to budget-friendly meals instead of getting frustrated and ordering takeout. Number 3. Frozen vegetables. Food science research has shown that frozen vegetables are as nutritious as fresh vegetables, and sometimes more so. Vegetables are frozen at peak ripeness, which locks in nutrients. Fresh vegetables lose nutrients the longer they sit in storage or on your counter. So frozen vegetables are not a compromise. They are a smart choice. Frozen vegetables are also typically cheaper than fresh. A bag of frozen broccoli, spinach, or mixed vegetables costs $2 to $4 and contains multiple servings. Fresh vegetables cost about the same per pound, but spoil within days. If you do not use them fast enough, you throw them out. That is money in the trash. For older adults living alone or cooking for 2, frozen vegetables solve the waste problem. You pull out what you need, the rest stays frozen. You are not racing to use everything before it goes bad. Frozen vegetables are also convenient. No washing, no chopping. You open the bag, pour what you need into a pan or pot, and cook. You have a vegetable side dish in 5 minutes. For budget-conscious households, frozen vegetables give you nutrition, convenience, and zero waste for less money than fresh. That is why they belong on this list. Number 2, canned chicken or canned tuna. The USDA Food Data Central shows that canned chicken and canned tuna both deliver about 20 grams of protein per can. Like canned fish, they are shelf-stable for years and require zero cooking. Canned chicken typically costs $2 to $3 per can. Canned tuna is about the same. That is cheaper than buying fresh chicken or turkey, and it is faster. Open the can, drain it, and you have ready-to-eat protein that you can add to salads, sandwiches, pasta, rice, or casseroles. Here is why canned chicken and tuna matter for this list. They give you flexibility when you do not have time or energy to cook. You planned to make a proper meal, but something came up. You can still eat a decent meal in 10 minutes if you have canned chicken or tuna on hand. Canned chicken and tuna also travel well. Keep a few cans in your pantry and a few in your car or bag. If you are away from home and you need to eat, you have protein that does not need refrigeration. For budget-conscious households, canned chicken and tuna are about having options when life does not go according to plan. They are reliable, they are affordable, they are always there when you need them. And number 1, salt, pepper, and basic spices. You might be wondering why salt, pepper, and spices are the top priority on a grocery list. Here's why. If your food does not taste good, you will not eat it. And if you are not eating the budget-friendly food you bought, you will end up spending money on convenience food or takeout. The whole budget plan falls apart. Salt and pepper cost a few dollars and last for months or years. Basic spices like cumin, paprika, oregano, garlic powder, and onion powder cost about $2 to $4 each and also last for months. That is a small upfront investment that makes everything else on this list worth eating. Think about it. Plain brown rice is not a meal you look forward to, but rice cooked with onions, garlic, a little salt, and some cumin suddenly tastes like something you made on purpose, not something you are choking down because you have to. Beans without seasoning are filling, but not satisfying. Add salt, pepper, cumin, and a little tomato, and now you have a meal that actually tastes good. Canned chicken on its own is boring. Season it properly and it becomes a meal you enjoy. For older adults on a fixed income, the palatability of food is not a luxury. It is what makes budget-friendly eating sustainable. If you hate what you are cooking, you will quit and spend money you do not have on food that tastes better. Salt, pepper, and spices are what keep that from happening. Basic spices also have practically infinite shelf life if stored in a cool, dry place. You are not replacing them every few weeks. You buy them once, and they are there for months or years. So those are the 12 grocery items that budget-conscious seniors tend to buy first. Dried beans for protein and versatility. Canned tomatoes for flavor and meal building. Oats for cheap nutrition. Canned fish for protein and omega-3s. Peanut butter for calories and convenience. Brown rice for bulk and nutrition. Onions and garlic for flavor. Eggs for complete protein and flexibility. Olive oil for taste and health benefits. Frozen vegetables for nutrition without waste. Canned chicken or tuna for fast protein. And salt, pepper, and spices to make it all worth eating. These are not the only things worth buying. These are the foundation. Everything else, fresh vegetables, fruit, dairy, fresh meat, baked goods, those are added on top of this foundation based on what is on sale and what fits your budget that week. But if you have these 12 items in your pantry, you can cook real meals no matter what else is going on in your life or your budget. This video is for educational purposes about grocery shopping and nutrition. It is not financial advice, medical advice, or a prescription for what you must buy. These are practical suggestions based on nutritional value and versatility, not mandatory requirements. Make your own shopping decisions based on your dietary needs, budget, and preferences. All prices mentioned are approximate and vary by region and retailer. Here is the prescription. On your next grocery trip, prioritize 3 items from this list. Maybe dried beans, canned tomatoes, and olive oil, or oats, eggs, and frozen vegetables. Whatever 3 items you do not already have well stocked, the total cost will be under $15. That is it. You have just built a more flexible pantry that gives you more meal options with less waste. Do not try to overhaul your whole shopping routine at once. Just add these 3 items to your next trip. See how they fit into your routine. If they work, keep going. If one does not work for you, swap it out for a different item from the list. This is about building sustainable habits that work for your household, not forcing yourself into someone else's meal plan. Let me run through the 12 one more time. Number 12, dried beans. Number 11, canned tomatoes. Number 10, oats. Number 9, canned fish. Number 8, peanut butter. Number 7, brown rice. Number 6, onions and garlic. Number 5, eggs. Number 4, olive oil. Number 3, frozen vegetables. Number 2, canned chicken or tuna. And number 1, salt, pepper, and basic spices. I am guessing most of you already buy number 5 regularly, but how many of you prioritize number 1 when you are grocery shopping on a budget? Let me know in the comments. Take care.